Michael Fabricant took part in Celebrity First Dates back in 2017. It's a show where people looking for love are invited out for a nice meal on a blind date, and we get to watch.
I've seen it a couple of times now. The second time, I didn't actually want to see it, but I was with other people, and I watch it through fingers in front of my eyes because I'm absolutely cringing. I told them at great length the sort of person I would find attractive. So, of course, they provided the complete opposite. It made great television, but it wasn't a very nice experience. But it was all for charity, so that really was my motivation.
When you look at some of your erstwhile colleagues, Michael Fabricant, and you see them, I mean, you went out for a nice meal, albeit with not the most perfect date in the world. But, you know, would you ever put yourself through a bush tucker trial or any of the things that some of your other colleagues have done, are doing, or are prepared to do in the future?
Well, I was offered some years ago to go on I'm a Celeb, Get Me Out of Here, but I'd just been the government pairing whip telling my colleagues and government ministers when and when not they can actually take time off. So the idea of taking a month off didn't seem like, it sounded rather like something that would be hypocritical. So I said no to them. As for some of the things that people get up to, I mean, my gosh, I don't think I would do it.
I mean, I'm just looking at Matt Hancock's appearance. So have you seen the clip that's pretty much gone viral today? It's a clip from the upcoming series where he gets quite savagely punched and falls to the ground in one of this SAS challenges that they have on this programme. And also, I mean, the kind of stuff that you have to go through, there's an interrogation. Have you ever seen this programme, Who Dares Wins?
No, it all sounds far too humiliating to me. I don't think I could bear to do it.
Well, let me tell you what the chief instructor, Billy Billingham, said about the interrogation, which literally is, you know, you're sitting in a chair with a lamp shining into your face and you're being screamed at.
It sounds like a normal meeting that you have with the government chief whip, actually. So
right.
Probably I'd be used to that.
Well, I'll just read you what he said. He said in the interrogation bit, he, meaning Matt Hancock, gets destroyed, absolutely destroyed. I mean, is it worth even the £45,000 cheque that he'll get from this?
I guess, you know, it's useful and practical for most MPs, should they ever cross the views of the government chief whip.
You're being a little bit eye-twinkly and naughty there. But I mean, seriously, can you have any credibility once you've eaten kangaroo's testicle, or you've, you know, been interrogated and made to cry on a TV programme?
Well, you know, ever since Jonathan Swift and Punch in the 18th century and 19th century, I think people like to make fun of members of parliament and like to bring them down. So maybe it's a great British tradition. Maybe that's why we've never had a revolution since the Civil War.
On the matter of having a serious political profile, though, is there something that you would advise your parliamentary colleagues, past and present, that there's a line that you don't cross? There's something that you ought not to do?
I think it's to do with dignity. However, the definition of dignity changes over time. But I think if you become too undignified, and I have to confess I've done that from time to time, it doesn't actually help your political career, not only in the short term, but the long term too.
And just coming back to your first date, because I do remember I watched it. Did you go on a second date?
I did meet her again, actually, 2 or 3 times. She was a lot nice.
She was mean to you. She was horrible about your hair.
I think she was set up, if I'm honest with you. She was mean to me, but I did see her 2 or 3 times later, and actually she behaved very well. And we still text each other at high holidays and various other things.
The Conservative MP for Lichfield, Michael Fabricant there.